Like the Clark brothers, they're going to come for you. Like the Clark brothers, they're going to come for you, dude. Because you're not part of it. You worked your way up the ladder, and they break the fucking ladder, so you fall down and break your fucking leg. And then they take you off. And they're like, oops, what happened to the ladder? And you're like, I broke the ladder, and pow! They shoot your brother, like, what happened to the ladder? And you're like, man, I fell off the ladder. Fucking ladder. Whoopsie daisy. Butterfingers. Yeah, I'm still looking around to see these supposed alt-right brotherhood fucking taking up for this dude. I don't fucking see it. They make jokes about protecting the stupid synagogue shooter. But these people got rounded up for being addicted to marijuana injections and owning a gun, and the one got killed. That's because these were serious people, not patsies. These were people preparing for some real shit to go down. They weren't preparing for fucking little Miss Daisy to come around the corner and pick them up and fucking, drive them off to the dollar store. Drive them up to the synagogue, drop them off so they can shoot some idiots at the synagogue that they can't prove nothing about. If you can't prove aliens exist, you better not start killing fucking people indiscriminately. You better fucking prioritize how you're going to go about it. And, those Clark brothers, they were clearly legit people rising up in the ranks. Their pictures were it was almost like they were being profiled by the media. I looked at how many pictures of theirs were, and they look doopy. Like they look like, yeah, we're here, we're along. And everyone else in that movement, Patrick Little, Richard Spencer, Donald Trump, they look like fucking demons and snakes. You lived in your white gated community in fucking Staxhammer 666 and James Allsup. You have lived in your white fucking gated community too long if you don't think all those names I just said are people who look like snakes at least 40% of the time. Now with Spencer, it's like he never doesn't look like a snake. But these other kids, they look real. They look legit. They look like kids who got lost in the wrong fucking FBI Nazi organization. And they talk to the wrong people in their family. And mostly I think they talk to Gab, where the GDL rounded these motherfuckers up. That traitor-ass GDL defaming Debo. Man, I'm going to tell Debo. Hopefully Debo breaks your guys' fucking teeth out your face. But, of course, he ain't going to find you because you're probably in Israel. You're probably in a fucking FBI building somewhere running your fucking Nazi organization. Because that's not that's not what Rockwell would do. Rockwell wouldn't be like, oh, look, Brett Favre's a Nazi, Debo's a Nazi. He wouldn't fucking set up other people to lose their lives and to lose their value, who could later be on your side, but now they're never going to be because you're a piece of shit who just fucking caused them everything. Taylor Swift ain't never going to be on your side. She's too busy fucking working too hard to clean up the mess of shit that these FBI Nazis fucking dumped on her. Alien Nazis, FBI Nazis, they'll work together to fucking obfuscate and say, I don't know what you're talking about. It's probably someone else. It's like, well, that's the people you've been protecting all along, so that's on you, dude. It doesn't matter, if there's like some terrorist in my house who just killed 300 people, and I'm just like, he's not here, I don't know what they're doing. I didn't know he killed a bunch of people. Doesn't fucking matter. But this is higher than that. This is genocide. Like, millions of people have been killed by this terrorist government. Over and over, I think, too. I think millions is just, we're keeping it short and simple. I think each population they've decided to genocide, probably they've taken 1 million out of each. And we're coming to the end of the line dealing with these people. I mean, they're obviously at the point where they're scared and they're rounding up people and they're killing all right people. So the only thing they can do after that is try to bring in, their final plans. You got to kill everyone off to make the world sustainable. But God tells me that He's got to kill everyone off to protect them, to protect you from these terrorists, because they're too sustainable. And it's the people. You guys are all protecting these terrorists. So God basically says we have to break a bunch. I don't have to say we. Don't let these pussies fucking manipulate my words. This is God. I don't have to lift a finger. Never had. Didn't have to lift a finger and Joey Klotz died. Fuck you. Fuck you, Klotz. Send the message to fucking hell. Send a message to the cops who tried to fucking frame me and set me up. In the media. Fuck you in hell. Fuck you, Klotz. And I'll be nicer to the other people God killed. Because, they were just victims. But fuck Klotz. And that's just the way it is. You fuck with me, and your world gets fucked so bad. I used to see that, and I used to be like, damn, dude, I got this evil God watching me, and he fucking kills motherfuckers. And now I look back, after learning so much and talking to God so much, and He told me, I mean, he doesn't talk. He shows you. And He showed me, sometimes we have to smash a fucking few eggs really hard to the concrete in order to fucking get that fucking egg to quit fucking bouncing around and trying to hatch more chickens. And I'm like, well, I guess if you're going to show me why that's important to do, then that's an important lesson to understand from God. Smashing the eggheads before more chickens can pop out their fucking scrotums. It's a good fucking message. Thank God for that message. So I might as well end this with a good prayer to God. Let's end this with a good prayer. Say, dear God, this has been a one fucking hellish ride. And I think you show me all the time that there's sense to it all every time. And you're directing it. And you're really in control, and we don't have to fear these people. And I understand that you're probably going to have to get rid of most humans. Because they're in the way. They are this system. They are the terrorist system protecting one another. You can't have supremacy without people to enforce it. And just goons alone ain't enough. There's people who have to fund the goons. There's people who protect the goons. There's people who protest for the goons. Alt-right. And or if it's the liberals in power, it's the commies. They love their goons. As long as the goon holds the gang flag colors they love the most. There's a lot of goons. And goons are of no value, God. I understand that. You've taught me goons are just like, well, I mean, the way God fucking answers my questions, goons are useless eaters. And I know at the end of the day, it sounds like God is one of these NWO people. He's repeating so much of their stuff, but he's showing me that, look, what the NWO people are doing and talking about, it might make sense, but they're the bad people who need to go when this comes along. They're the chicken heads who need their fucking eggs smashed. Right? That's what I'm getting every time I talk. And it's been a long time since I started talking and listening. to his responses. Sometimes I get worried that, most of these people who think they're fucking on our side are the enemy of this person, of this creator, this controller, because, man, they don't seem to listen. These alt-righters, they knew their shit was fucked up. So some of them moved to GDL, and you knew to fucking look out for that shit. And if you can't learn, you keep being the fucking enemy. And this shit has got to end. This terrorism has got to end. This global domination terrorism is just bullshit. The global domination is the anti-diversity. The true anti-diversity. They want one world order. They want one alien supremacist under the cover of white supremacist government running the fucking world. All these fucking nations are working together for it, and only one or two play the bad guy. In our government, it doesn't matter what any other nation's doing. America is the world's largest terrorist organization. It is the controllers. The aliens call America home right now. They have the government under control. Hell, who knows? Maybe when these people are out here, they were scared because I know about the aliens, and the aliens have them and their family blackmailed. And, well, that's too bad. If someone comes up to me and says, I'm going to kill your family if you don't shut the fuck up about us, you know what's going to happen to that someone? I'm going to fucking write a little open letter on the internet. I'm going to say, hey, someone just said they're going to kill my family. And then magically, God's going to send some angels, and this person, their family might have some real fucking issues. Heads getting smashed into the fucking concrete. I ain't saying it's going to happen for sure, but I've had plenty of people, plenty of things in my life that I heard stories about, and there was no reason to think that didn't happen, and it's simply because someone heard some shit. So I can rely on shit like that. And like I said, there's been incidents where God just fucking killed a person in front of me to protect me from fucking, wow. He did that to protect me from going to jail, because I was about to kill the motherfuckers. I was about to kill a whole crowd of people because they were fucking... That's illegal in America to defend yourself. But I didn't... there was no plan to get caught either. But I didn't know it was illegal to defend yourself. But God decided at that point in time to protect me. So whatever happens to me, I don't give a fuck. Like, let people come in and fuck with me. Let them try to round me up. That's great, dude. You know what? The way I see it, those prisons, these prison plantations filled with all the fucking slaves they brought here, and they won't work for free for them anymore. All the nations they've conquered, all the people they fucking genocided. Every time they come here, they try to fill the prisons with it. All the white people who won't fucking obey all their fucking terrorism. All their fucking extortion schemes. The prisons are filled with soldiers, dude. Soldiers. Bloodthirsty soldiers. Just waiting to get out. And you know what God said? God's told me so much over the years. I didn't listen for a while, but sometimes I just sit there and I listen and I watch what he shows me and what he forces down my face. And, this whole pitting people versus one another, he says, don't worry about bloodthirsty savages being locked up in prisons. Like, what happens... Like, hey, what happens if bloodthirsty, if the prisons run out, if they run out of slaves to make money to keep the prisons open, and, and the prisons get overpopulated, which is what's going to happen. It's just going to get worse and worse. The empire's going to collapse. And, there's the cycle goes on, and the cycle is rolling. So it's rolling on. And when these prisons can no longer hold these bloodthirsty criminals, the criminals ain't going to be like, get out and be like, I remember that old white lady who called me a nagger, and then the white supremacists get out and they be like, they ain't gonna be getting get out. I remember when I was in the hood and a black man called me a honky. I'm gonna go kill him. Hell fucking no, dude. God's gonna pit those bloodthirsty savages and use them as his soldiers. He's going to redirect the bad. Some of them aren't even bad, and turn them to his angels and pit those against the other devils. So I'd say in the upcoming years, this is probably going to unfold really fucking fast because the time frame is pushed. That third temple's coming. They have their fucking genocide. The genocide's always been going on. It's just a matter of when anyone's going to get the balls to stand up to the terrorists. And the terrorists are going to run out of funding. That's why they're talking about defending the border, because they're getting fucking scared, dude. They're worried. I'm not necessarily saying there's a migrant caravan. I'm saying they want to defend the border because they know that the world wants all the shit back that America has stolen from them, including blood money and blood reparations. I mean, that's just natural. Of course, these fucking terrorists, these gangs, would love to twist my words and say that I'm saying that, I'm gonna fucking do this. And I don't have to do nothing. It's magic. Real magic. It's not David Copperfield fucking illusions, although David Copperfield's one of them, so I think some of his stuff isn't actually illusion. It's not Harry Houdini pick and lock illusions. To the human's mind, this is their alien controller's magic. This is the source they've tapped into, but they tapped into dark dimensions, and that's not the creator. That's something else they're using. But there's two energies. If you play with it long enough, there's two energies. There's them, and they will fuck you up when you start messing with these energies. And then there's the other one, and the other one won't listen to you. The other one won't pay attention to you. He is not your fucking slave. The other one's not your slave either, but he'll make you think he's your friend for a minute. The other one eventually might respond to you if you fucking show some respect and some diligence and some discipline. Can't tell you for sure what did it. I'll tell you, I got a little fucking arrogant before they came at me with a bunch of shit. But pitting these groups against one another is great. It's great for society. I know that's what the New World Order says. Pit these idiots versus other idiots. Yeah. Well, both idiots, both the commies and the Nazis, are fucking gang worshippers. They worship the government gang. So they're both the enemy of humanity. Because the terrorists, government gangs, are the enemy of humanity. And in America, they're not just the enemy of humanity, they're the enemy of our Constitution. They're the enemy of our freedom and our rights, which they've completely taken away from us. Which they've had to do because eventually knowledge would progress to the point where the humans would begin to understand the other powers in this world. And they would understand the aliens control, how they control shit. If things went unchecked and uncontrolled and freedom existed, these, whatever you want to call the unseen, whatever words you want to use, that created a sustainable earth, the unseen, those powers can be harnessed, and they are harnessing those powers to manipulate and deceive the humans. Their final goal, they spit in your face and they brag, is to enslave and genocide. And they're already genociding and enslaving. So I was talking to someone yesterday and they're like, well, what if they're just not going to kill everyone? It's like, well, yeah, what if they're not going to do that? Imagine that. Imagine if they were never going to do that. They could have started not doing that hundreds of years ago. Anyone speaks up in Germany, they said shit about aliens. Goodbye, Germany. Goodbye, Germany. See you later. Germany was like, hey, can we control our own nation? What about all this alien technology? Let's figure out what's going on with that. No. See you later, Germans. You're dead. No more alien technology for Germany. Boy, did they have some advanced technology, didn't they? It's odd for some crazy nut jobs talking about aliens. They fucking actually did have alien technology. And I believe they were not taking it from aliens. They were, using divine power and researching it on their own, using the divine power within, researching it on their own and coming to it. And the aliens must prevent you from accessing free energy, shit like that. They've taken away simple things like replaceable parts. They're taking us backwards. You think we're going forward with these little cameras. These smartphones have no replaceable parts. That's not forward. That's back to the year fucking 1600 or before. Replaceable parts came along, 1700s? They've taken it away with the smartphones. But they sure did include cameras and microphones and the ability for the government to fucking notify you when a child gets abducted 200 fucking thousand miles away. Because that's important to know, right? That's not the real reason they want control of your phone. And it doesn't matter if they told you they had control of it and they implemented the back door. The back door's already there. The whole device is the back door. The company itself, Google, is an alien company. It's running the fucking military robotic hardware. It's preparing for when humans revolt. They won't need human slaves when they fucking have their Terminators. And they already have simple versions of the Terminators. They already bought them up years ago. That was fucking mainstream news. That is who Google is. Google is Skynet. It's the brain, it's the hardware, it's everything. Google is Skynet. It has all your information. It knows where you're at. It can send someone out to you right now to say what's up and to shoot you. It will know what foods will kill you. It could poison you with some food. It could ship you some food that's disguised as something else and you eat it and die. It could do anything. It's Skynet. It's the real Skynet. See, the movies never tell you at all. And Skynet is a simple version of what Google is. Like, Skynet with Miles Dyson, it was just like a place where they was like, cool, we found a piece of a robot. But Google is like, hey, we bought up the people making fucking killer robots. We bought out all their fucking robots and all their fucking people. So now we own all the fucking killer robots. And they just do it in the open. Like Skynet's like, ooh, we'll hide this. No one knows who we are. And then we'll issue an operating system. Oh, geez, wow. Skynet's going to... Who else issues operating systems, right? Google. Shitty operating systems. Flawed ones. Ones designed to rob you and trick you and deceive you. Sold on deceptive purposes. I mean, deceptive wording, deceptive methods, deceptive promises. Just sold on deception. It's not good. Not good at all. They're offshore. What is good about Google when you can bring up all this fucking shady shit they do? It's not. Google is bad news. And they're preparing for this other shit I'm talking about, for people to wake up to the terrorists. The world's largest terrorist organization. But Google itself doesn't have to be part of that. Google can be stronger than Google can shut down America if America wakes up. And it might be, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably too late to fucking worry about America. Like I keep talking and asking for answers. I keep getting shown that basically, like, we're going to have to, let the outsiders invade and stomp America. So basically God's telling me, like, don't fucking hang out with these asshole Americans because they are going to be dead soon. And you don't want to be part of that. Not that I think he's going to kill me, because he's not allowed me to die before. There's been several times, and like I said, he's taken other people out rather than taking me out. So there's a lot going on, and I don't think, like, I talk to people and they seem to only know a little bit. Like, I'm telling you, dude, like, I guess I haven't told anyone, really, have I? Like, my life is like reading and research, and I guess I'm now learning. That puts me centuries ahead of most people. And I get that confused a lot. Like, I think people should know this small thing or this small thing, and without it all together, you can't fucking feel their vast control and understand they're using alien technology. And then without the abuse of the system I've personally faced and seen my friends fucking, seen them try to use me to put my friends through, or beat my friends half to death and then steal you guys' taxpayer dollars to pay them off so it gets swept under the rug so you don't hear about it. Yeah, when you hear about this shit on TV, you hear about like 1 out of 100 things that actually happens, because most of it, they just beat you up until you fucking, or kill someone in your family so you don't talk about it. But sometimes they'll also pay you off. And I think that I should end it. This is pretty long. I mean, I go on and on. My throat always hurts. Fucking. I just had a protein shake, man. That really dries your fucking throat out. Just like I get some sleep. I went to sleep at like fucking 8 yesterday. It's 10 right now. I was like falling asleep at the gym. Got up at like fucking 4 a.m. and shit, and it's 10 now, so we're fucking way off of the sleep schedule. Get like 4 hours tonight, maybe. Maybe I'll take some sleep meds. That's nice. So I could go into that other shit. I didn't know other people don't know all this shit I know. It's really hard. I don't understand what it's like to not be me and to not know my shit, right? I just don't understand. I'm not someone else. I could attempt to understand and I don't. But I guess a lot of times I might go too hard on people, and I realize it. Then I realize later, like, that person probably doesn't know shit, anything. Like, they didn't know the basics. Like, I was reminded with this Jeffrey and Edward Clark thing. It's like they swept that shit under the rug, dude. And that's my specialty, is shit people don't fucking know about. But for a while there, it seemed like most people knew about most of the mainstream shit. But I thought that was mainstream. But my shit's so tailored at this point, I don't get any mainstream. Well, I do, but I try to ignore it. And I use methods to block it out. So the important shit comes through. I block out the filler and all that shit. Of course, I'm telling you this, and some of them are watching this, so they will then go, every time I talk about some of the shit I do, they go work with their algorithms and their alien technology to try to change this shit. So it will, like, force feed me shit. Like, remember the coincidence detector on Google Plus? They got on Chrome browser, they got rid of the coincidence detector. Don't tell them I still got it. But it's not on the market no more. And that was a pretty good detector. It's like you just open up a page and be like, hey, look, the aliens are there. And the aliens were there everywhere. But I already, could skim and look for that. And plus I already knew it's a topic. And plus I already knew if it's in the media, it's them. For the most part, it's generally them. Unless it's really fucking stupid. Even then sometimes it's them. But, yeah. I'm trying not to talk too much about my methods. I was going to do a video a long time ago, like 8 years ago, giving you guys tools and shit to create your own armies, each of you. But I don't know none of you personally, and a lot of you have strayed the path, and that would have been really dumb for me to give the wrong people the fucking tools. And so, I don't hold on to this shit because I'm greedy. And really, I probably held on to most of it because I thought everyone else would have known all this shit. But I use excessive amounts of hardware and fucking software manipulation, basically to run a command center and shit to filter data. But that comes from a long line of me being raised, practically grew up in a library and shit, and by myself reading books and shit, and advanced classes, and none of that ever I don't understand what it's like to not know all this shit. So maybe someone out there I was too hard on, gets that message. If at least one person does, cool. I'm kind of copying that off Scott Roberts, aren't I? Saying it, if at least one person does. Fucking, I'm gonna end this. But these government gangs, man, they're a fucking real problem. And your media's lying to you. Yeah, every black story they push is some bullshit going on. It's the liberal media is not the liberals' friend. It pushes stupid shit for the liberals to talk of, so you can easily counter it, and it makes them look stupid. And the Republican media, both controlled by the aliens, and the libertarian media, offer their own little talking point that they make sure has a hole in it, so it looks stupid, so it can be argued back and forth. Every time they put a black person in the media that's done something wrong, it's like some gentle giant that just robbed a convenience store, and no one has pity for that. When they put BLM in the streets, and they burn down McDonald's and rob CVS, no one fucking has pity for that, because George Soros isn't funding BLM and Trump and Kushner because he was your friend. He's doing that because he funds everything to control and deceive. Just like Adelson, just like Heinz Saban, Rothschild. Adelson is Soros of the right. So it's the same. They all get together and they meet. And now, granted, I haven't seen Soros meet with other people, but Heinz Saban and Adelson, I believe I've seen them together, and they were at some big fucking festival with everyone. And of course, the festival was, one of those things I can't name in this video because you're not allowed to mention the aliens in their festivals. I'm not even sure. Like I said, aliens probably illegal to talk about here. Talking about people who have some sort of magical control of the world is probably illegal. Look what they do to Christians, right? Look what they do to Muslims. Fucking the only people allowed to talk about anything are atheists who say fucking nothing exists, but want to create everything themselves. Totally fucking backwards circle jerk. So, and yeah, everyone talking about aliens out there, there's no solid proof. You don't have to waste a second going looking for aliens. I'll tell you right now, there's no solid proof. Spent all those years I spent researching shit. I looked at most all this shit. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. I know how to fucking research. And I might fuck up a lot of shit, and I might be wrong every now and then, but when it comes to research, That's like what I fuck up the least. You know, reading and learning and researching is definitely what I fuck up the least. So when I tell you something, I'm not like showing you the web page. You can generally look that up, but a lot of the information I share is like shit that's not too hard to find, like the Jeffrey and Edward Clark. I guess people were having problems finding that, but you should be able to still look that up and read what I'm talking about. And then you'll know once you see it. Like, I wasn't fucking making it up. I'm not making the story up. You didn't fucking hear about it because they don't want you to know that they just abducted alt-righters. And who knows how many more there are, because the only reason they made it big was probably just so they could like vent off a little steam from pressure building up, and probably because the one died, so they had to like release a cover story for it, like, oh, he suicide, he killed himself right before we arrested him. Imagine that. Pretty good fucking chances, right before we arrested his brother on trumped up bullshit non-American existing charges. These people are non-American gangs who have taken over America, illegal unconstitutional standing armies, all of them, FBI, CIA, police. They're all illegal unconstitutional standing armies. They're all working with these people. They're all working with the media. They won't counter any of the media, which is driving these people. They only fucking terrorize the people. They don't go fucking arrest the fucking media owners because they work with them. That's the people who fucking fund their bosses and fund their presidents and fund their politicians. They don't arrest none of those people either. They're all working together. They're big gangs. You're not in it. Whether you're in the alt-right or you're in the wolf pack over there on the left, whether you like Karl Marx, whether you're like Ron Paul, you're not in it. Ron Paul's in it too. Where the libertarians are all in it. Ron Paul is a good actor if you live in a gated community and never seen what a scared white bitch looks like, because Ron Paul looks scared as fuck. That's the only one of them that doesn't look like a snake. If you ever looked at most of these people, the liberals look like retards. They look like snakes who are like mostly just retarded. So it's hard to see the snake in them. The Republicans generally look like snakes. So the alt-right, all their leaders look like fucking deceptive snakes. Even Lindsey Graham, snake of the fucking year, dude. Snake of the century. That dude is like raping children every day or something. Or I bet you he's a voyeur. He's that special type of pedophile. He used to rape children and that got old. Now he just likes watching Trump rape children or something. Same with Richard Spencer. Those two, man. Two pieces of pod. And then the libertarians, they act like know-it-all worms. Like they all kind of, and this is kind of God's work, how different people, this is a whole nother discussion. This is kind of God's work, how different people, different things mimic the animals he